Hey everybody, Natasha, Koch with the Van City Home Team and my favorite Wednesday Wellness. Today we're going to talk about how to talk to seniors. So in my industry, I actually often work with seniors, and I'm also at the age bracket. Sorry to my parents out there if they're watching right now. They are getting older and I'm also getting older, and my kids are starting to talk to me like a certain way. And so I wanted to kind of address best top 10 ways to talk to seniors. Let's go through all 10. I mean, if you're a caregiver, this is going to be helpful. If you have aging parents, this is going to be helpful. If you work with elderly, this is going to be helpful. It will be just helpful, especially during this tough time. Elderly have actually suffered the most during this pandemic, and the main reason, of course, is that many are not attached to technology the way that, the way my kids are, and the way I am, I guess. However, I also don't know everything about technology, as I'm sure really nobody does, because it changes every day. So anyway, to avoid having friction and frustrating relationship, let's go through these top 10 tips. So tip number 1, and this is good all around: don't give advice unless it's asked for. So you know that, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything. Well, this is a little bit different. Basically, parents have guided us, guided their children, and parented them their whole lives. So hearing advice from a child, even an adult child, may not go over so very well. I am quite opinionated, so sometimes I really have to zip it. And so, basically the scenario of this, is like parents' role reversal, parent-child role reversal. It often occurs in caregiving, and it's super hard for a parent to accept. So giving advice is really best avoided, or bring in somebody else like a neutral advisor. For example, a real estate agent, maybe, to give a parent advice on their value rather than trying to dictate it yourself. Number 2, listen to what your elderly parent is saying. Like, really listen. Listening skills have, in a lot of cases, gone to the wayside. I practice, every morning to sort of sharpen those, because I really do want to be a good listener. But really listen to what the elder is saying. Don't interrupt them when they feel the urge to fill in periods of silence. We're all on like high speed mode, and so sometimes it's okay just to wait a few minutes until the person has a chance to catch up. So a brief pause might mean that you're going to miss out on something super profound that they have to say. So just take a deep breath, practice meditation if you have to, and listen. Number 3, accept the differences of opinion. Again, you can use this in any scenario, but no matter how tight-knit a family is, everyone is not going to agree. So respect their opinions the same way that you would with us. Don't disregard those who disagree with you. Listen to all the sides and try to compromise so that you can make an informed decision. 4, speak clearly. Some older adults don't like to admit it, but they might be losing their hearing, and they might have trouble understanding the conversation around them. So remain calm, talk gentle, in a matter-of-fact way. Speak louder if necessary, but don't shout at them. Make sure that you enunciate clearly and avoid mumbling or talking too fast. Focus on one idea at a time so that you're not jumping around to different topics. Keep your sentences short and simple. And if your loved one is still not grasping it, try phrasing it in a different way, just using different wording. Number 5, this ties into speaking clearly. Just because you're speaking louder doesn't mean that turning up the volume indicates that you should be condescending. Slow down your speech pattern doesn't mean that you have to be like dumbing it down. Even if your parent suffers from dementia or extreme hearing loss, don't speak to them as if they're a child. They've been around way longer than you, and believe me, they know a lot more than you think they do. 6, choose the right environment. Avoid having, if you're going to have a serious conversation, don't have it when, the TV's blaring in the background or there's a lot of noise. Turn it down, sit in front of them, make sure that they can see your facial expressions, and your sincerity. If you're having a group conversation, don't put them, on the outside of the circle. Have them included in the conversation in the center. It's just going to be the right environment and they will feel happy and included. Number 7, consider what it's like to be older. Most seniors experience a lot of losses when they get older, and they strive to stay in control of themselves and their environment. So, even if communicating with a loved one is frustrating and complicated, do your best to keep them involved in the conversations and decisions so that they can participate in them. Just think about what it must be like. Be mindful of, your efforts to help them and make them feel comfortable. Number 8, pick your battles. This is kind of a parenting, but not parenting thing to do. Having trouble of thinking about things to talk about. Well, including the fact that they may be having mobility limitations, decreased stamina, loneliness, memory problems. Sorry, there's my noise in the background, the train. While your goal is to ensure their well-being, tackling every single issue at once can be super frustrating, so just do one thing at a time. Number 9, ask questions. You know what? I actually noticed with my own dad, and I don't know if my dad's out there listening right now, but I really got to know my dad when I started asking him about his life. When did he have his first kiss or his first date, or, first job, or what was his favorite thing to do when he was younger? All those kind of things that we forget. Ask them. Ask lots of questions. There's no better way to get closer to somebody than asking them questions about their life. And then number 10, last one, I promise, laugh. Laugh when you can. Laughter really is the best medicine. When my kids were younger, I used to tickle them before bed because I wanted them to have a good sleep. So humorous moments often arise, even in the most difficult situation. So be open, to the opportunity of lightening things up and not taking it too seriously. So just have a good laugh with your elderly parents, family, co-workers, whomever it may be. I hope this was helpful with the top 10 tips to talk to the seniors. So hopefully you found this interesting. I did, and I'm going to use some of these tips myself when dealing with my clients, because I do tend to work a lot with elderly.